Hey guys, so I want to bring you a little update on perhaps some health reasons or health benefits of alternate day diet, alternate day fasting, some do's and don'ts, some mistakes that I've made, and just give you an update on how everything's going. So to start out, that I've gone on a little over 3 weeks now doing this, and I first started off by doing the alternative method that was prescribed, where on your day that you're fasting, you can do up to 500 calories. I did that for like a week, and then the next day you just eat whatever, and the next day you go back, and hoping to get into this thing of ketosis. And the more I've got into it, the more I've learned that you should really do your research on there. But everything went okay. I mean, even if you were to do that kind of diet, you will see results, because basically, theoretically, you could be restricting calories. But if you're just really going overboard on the day that you're eating, that may or may not help, that much. But it may, because even those prolonged periods of not eating, your body's going to have some effect of fasting. Then I got into it a little more. I did that for a while, and then I cut it back for the second week down to about 40 calories, even though technically any calories breaks a fast. And then the other days I was just eating whatever. But what I would like to, then I started researching more and more, just because of the effects and the physiological aspects of what was happening. Some days I'd feel super hungry, some days I'd feel just kind of woozy and tired, and or just plain hungry. And then, I did a little bit more research onto it. And today I'm going to start on keto diet. This last week I've been really trying to do 0 calories. And then on my fast days, I was really doing kind of just cutting out all the carbs and just doing like a lot of veggies and protein. But come to find out that may not be the best method. I would just say research and do what's good for you. But this keto diet, now this sounds really interesting, and there's some good research out there, and there's also some misleading research out there on it too, where you just eat gobs and gobs of, super fatty meats, where in reality you don't know where those meats are coming from. While you're getting the benefits of the fat, you may not be getting the benefits of all the extra chemicals and hormones and pesticides and herbicides that were put into that meat. So be mindful of that. As a matter of fact, one guy, Thomas something or another, he was like, yeah, go with lean meats. That way you can regulate your fat content. But hopefully, the more I got into it, and I'd just like to pass this on to you guys, there's some things that I've found out that really make a lot of sense. To get into a state of ketosis, that's what the whole keto diet is about. And that is where your body is definitely like burning your fat cells. But in order to really get into that, you should probably, I would assume, and don't quote me on this, I'm not a medical expert by no means, but I'm going to try it, is just do the full keto thing, which is basically like 80% fats of your good fats, then your proteins, and of course your vegetables on top of that. But there's a way to do it where you're not feeling super hungry throughout, and your body's not having any need for anything. Therefore, like the water you're drinking, even though this is theoretically not fasting on your fast day, like black coffee, tea with nothing added. But then if you do like a mixture of your water, because you're using the bathroom so much by drinking so much, you should probably put a little bit of cream of tartar, Himalayan sea salt, lime, and some apple cider vinegar, organic apple cider vinegar. Do a little combination like that, which I'm going to the store now to get, and start on that. So that way that your minerals and stuff and your salt content isn't being diminished, especially if you're super active. And then what are some things to do this in van life? I mean, so hopefully if you are doing the van life type situation, that you do have a form of refrigeration, maybe just a cooler, and what kind of foods could you use? That would be easy, and that's what I'm trying to be more focused on, is basically a one-pan meal. What things to actually eat on your day, that would compensate for this. So it came to my understanding that you should break a fast, which I haven't even done yet, and maybe that might be a thing. You really got to take care of your gut flora. So some organic bone broth. Yeah, just a little bit of that to start off with for breaking your fast, maybe after a little bit, just to start off your meal. Then I'm gonna probably we'll go to the veggies. So the top veggies that I've come across so far seem to be, according to Carb Count and Nutrition, number one, asparagus, bok choy, and then maybe baby broccoli. So those right there would be a good vegetable choice. Maybe get some really good butter, some goat butter, something like that. Another thing that has brought to my attention is your dairy. So where are these cows coming from? What are they being fed? So maybe a better alternative would be goat or sheep type of dairy products to go on there. But to make your veggies, maybe some coconut or coconut oil, cook in there, and saute them a little bit, cook them down, which is better on your gut a little bit. Some really good, totally grass-fed eggs would be good for a protein source. Tahini, mac nuts for your nuts, maybe because the nuts with the skin on them say to have some weird type of stuff. So the skinless nuts, like sunflower seeds and mac nuts, are supposed to be really good, and a real good proportion of fats that go along with them. So again, for the proteins, like sardines, really good easy for van life, something like that. Your eggs, easy to keep. Bacon, and all the meat cuts, typically salmon and stuff like that. A lot of the keto diet guys were talking about high fat content in your meats, where this other cat was saying, and he had a good science behind there, it's better to go with the leaner cuts because you don't really know exactly what the animal is eating, and regulate your fats from other sources. So another really good fat source is avocado, which is fruits and vegetables. They say to kind of keep lean on the fruits a little bit, not a whole lot. Maybe just stick simple with berries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, something like that. So anyhow, so those type of things are supposed to be a little bit more filling, and then give you maybe a better idea of how to start getting your body acclimated to to the fats. Do maybe that 4-hour window every other day, start out that way, and try the keto diet, and then maybe prolong your fast so you can get some cellular rejuvenation. But I just kind of jumped right into it myself. Had some results. I'll weigh when I go to the doctor next week, which will be a month when I actually started. But now I'm kind of changing it up so that maybe I can keep everything more leveled off. So basically the whole point is that if you're going to do something like this, do your research. But anyhow, I hope this helped and you guys enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the next time. Bloop.